Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcore and Guides bringing you my The Last of Us guide and walkthrough on Survivor difficulty, and this is chapter 3. It's entitled, I think it's called either Outside or Outskirts, and this is going to be a slightly lengthy chapter. It's not the longest chapter. I believe that Billstown is technically the longest chapter, but nonetheless it's still going to be kind of a, well, a decently lengthy episode, I guess I should say. And I just want to make note that I'm not the best at talking for, 30 or so minutes on like on a post-com deal. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, because when it comes to live comment, I'm playing like a game. Usually I get like cutscenes in that game or something, and it kind of gives me time to breathe. But for my The Last of Us guide, I'm not really going to have very much time to breathe. I don't have to like talk non-stop. I just got to talk for a while. So this first part of chapter 3 isn't really that, amusing really, I should say. All you're basically doing is you're just getting downstairs, you're just getting to the outside part of chapter 3. And of course there's going to be, I think, just like a piece of paper in this room. I don't think there's really any like supplies or anything like that. But later on in our little adventure in this chapter, there's going to be some supplies coming up in like, kind of like a locker room looking area, kind of like that one. So now we're going to go ahead and get outside. And I did leave in kind of the transition cutscenes just because I didn't feel like really taking them out. I could have made this video a lot shorter if I would have taken those out, but there's just too many damn like cutscenes in this game to take every single one of them out. So I decided just to go ahead and leave most of them in. That way, I mean, not really because I'm lazy, just because, I don't feel like there's really any point in taking those out, just because. I guess it's somewhat because I'm lazy, but there's nothing really back there. There's nothing back there either. And this first part, all we have to do is climb up that train. There's really no supplies out here or anything you really have to worry about. Now, this first part of chapter 3, you're going to be running around and doing stealth. So just keep that in mind. If you guys are not really good at stealth yet, that's okay. I'm not really good at it either. You're going to notice that later on in chapter 3. Well, what do I mean by chapter 3? I mean this chapter, of course. But you're going to notice that later on that I'm not really the best at stealth. But there's going to be a part where I'm going to basically stealth almost the entire area. But then I end up having to knock a few guys out with some melee, so if you're ever on a last resort, just use melee.
Give you the signal, we run.
Now, I hate to say this, but if you're gonna use melee, like if you're just using stealth and you're afraid that if you use melee, you're probably gonna die. If you're not really good at melee or anything like that in this game, odds are I really hate to say it like this, but this is the best way I can kind of put it. You need to get good. Simple enough. I mean, you just gotta try, basically, I guess you could say. I hate saying, like, get good. It's not really the best way to tell somebody how to, beat a mode. I'm saying you need to at least get somewhat decent at, using your... Melee's easy, obviously. You just punch one person. If somebody comes up to you and knocks you out, you go fight that guy. You just run away, or you come back and, knock them out or whatever. Now, if you're afraid to use melee in Survivor mode, which I can completely understand if you're afraid to use your bullets too, because this might be your first time playing Survivor mode. I can also completely understand that too. So stealth is definitely going to be one of those things you really want to do. But if you're not really good at stealth, all I can tell you is just try to get as many kills in as you can. Don't worry about clearing out the whole area with stealth. I mean, look at me, for God's sakes. Remember that part back in chapter 2, where I ran down the stairs and those guards caught me? And I had to melee my whole way through, and I said to you guys, I highly recommend you use stealth right here. And of course I get spotted, so yeah, you gotta take cover right there unless you get spotted. But if you get spotted, you can just run away because they can't like chase you down. They've got no room or really any way of chasing you down, so you're pretty much good if you get caught. But anyway, that whole part was practically a good place to get stealth kills in, and then I just completely messed it up and had to use melee, so I had to resort to my own melee skill in order to get by. And in survivor mode, you've pretty much got kind of leniency with that. Now, if this was grounded mode, that's a whole different idea. I completely, 100% recommend stealth if given the option. If you've got the option, use stealth wisely in grounded mode. But we're not doing grounded mode just yet. So right here, there's actually going to be you can use stealth, but I recommend throwing a brick outside because there's going to be a guard that comes through there. I mean, the guards are going to walk past that alleyway, but there's going to be a guard coming through that alleyway towards you. Now, you can stealth kill him, but chances are you might get spotted by some of the other guys outside. So I just throw a brick just to kind of, lure him away. And if you actually get caught, you can go ahead and run down this, just, go for a sprint. Just completely run this part. And just hop down here in this tunnel and take off from there. Now, from where I'm sitting at my chair, I'm kind of sitting at a low stance, so I can't really see, my screen going on right now. But the one thing I can tell you is, like, I know where I'm at, but the whole thing is just completely dark, so it's kind of hard to kind of tell you guys, every little bit of detail, but I can still kind of see it, so hopefully I can give you guys the best of, information as I can when I can get it. To be honest, in the first part of Chapter 3, there's really nothing I can really talk about. All you really have to do is just sneak by the guards. That's practically about all you gotta do. There's really no, you don't really need to involve yourself in killing anybody or anything like that. If you want to go ahead and stealth kill some people and maybe get some ammo, if you're lucky, that's fine. But if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Now, in this room, I believe there's actually some parts. I don't think it's this room. I think it's this room. Yeah, right here. Where you open up the locker, there was, what was that, scissors or blade, or was that binding? I couldn't tell. I'm too far away to see it anyway. Well, anyway, you open up this locker, and we've got nothing. There's going to be some parts on the table right there, and I think some pills, too. Was there pills, or did I just completely miss them? I'll have to go back and look. I hope I didn't miss those pills. If I did, that would kind of suck, but the cool thing about survivor mode is since it takes away your listening ability, and since you can actually upgrade that in the previous modes, you don't have to use the pills in survivor mode to upgrade because it's gone. So that's more pills technically for you. So survivor mode and grounded mode is kind of good on the pill side of things. But other than that, I guess you could say it's a little bit more rough. But you definitely want to get used to not using your listening ability. It's something that's going to hinder your experience a little bit, unless like when you first play it, it's a great thing to have, and especially when you play multiplayer. I play a lot of multiplayer on this game. And of course, I use it all the time in multiplayer. But once you play Survivor enough, you kind of get used to just, like, not ever using it, It's become kind of like second nature. Like, I feel like I never have it anymore, and I really don't. I only play Survivor mode, or I play Grounded mode now. If anybody's wondering where I'm at on grounded mode, I'm on the part where it's winter, but you start off with Ellie, and I'm kind of stuck right now, so I'm trying to figure out my way of getting past that, and trying to keep you guys updated on my grounded mode playthrough. Hopefully I'll beat it before the end of this guide, but more than likely, probably not. Now, in this first area, there's not really going to be much. Since this is like the first part of the game, that I could throw anything that's super hard at you, but there's going to be some guys showing up later on, some more guards, or some, I don't know what you want to call them. They're not really soldiers. I call them guards because they have those blue vests and all that stuff on, those blue clothes. It's like, completely blue, like security outfit, or SWAT guys, or whatever you want to call them. They kind of look like those, so that's what I call them. I call them guards. I don't really know a name for them exactly.
You just stay close to her.
So there's going to be a Firefly pendant right there. I throw a break just to knock it down. It saves me a bullet. You don't have to get it if you're not getting all the collectibles, but if you're going for the collectibles, there it is. And this is actually a really cool part. I kind of like this building place because you actually get a lot of good supplies. If you have a shiv right now, which I highly recommend you hang on to every shiv you possibly can. Try your damn near hardest to never use a shiv unless there's a door, and always try your hardest to build as many shivs as you can. Now, I can't tell you exactly what's going to be, random or not. I think the supplies are basically, it's kind of like Bioshock, but the supplies are all the same, except Bioshock, they just left it all there. Where in Last of Us, they take some of it out. Right here, there would actually be pistol ammo, but there's not. So they took that out because, you know, it's survivor mode. They're trying to make it a little bit more difficult for you. In reality, it's not really being more difficult. So there were some parts right there. Was that 10 or 5 or so? 5 or so parts or whatever it was. I couldn't tell. We're going to climb up to the 5th floor now, and there's a door outside. Of course, there's a clicker stuck to the door, and we got to break through there. I don't think there's anything up here. I think it's just no, I think there's a paper, but supplies-wise, I don't think there's anything. No, I guess there's what? Oh, actually, I was wrong. There was nothing up there. Well, there's a place later on that we go to where I think there's like a piece of paper we can go pick up. So we're going to break off this clicker. So there's really nothing going on right now. Again, it's just peace and quiet. You're basically going to be kind of alone for a little bit until there actually will be infected in this area, as you guys should know if you played this before. On, you know, the easier difficulties, you will know that there is actually going to be an infected horde, and I'll show you how to get past those. I recommend stealthing it, but really it's just the infected. They're not really going to be that much trouble to deal with. Guys with guns, I recommend stealthing, but like infected, if you can stealth at least one of them or two of them, you're pretty much golden. But you know, sometimes I mess up and they hear me anyway. What did I pick up right there? I don't know. I picked up some supplies right there. If I don't know what the supplies was, you guys should know what they are. I couldn't really tell. I want to make mention of something real quick. When you break through this door, if you guys remember, there's going to be a clicker on the other side of the door. You're going to take damage no matter what. The thing is, Tess will give you supplies to make a medkit. So when she gives you a medkit, you use that medkit to heal yourself up. It's basically like a free medkit, but not really. You're technically wasting supplies. If you wanted to, you can save the supplies and not make the medkit at all. And you can just, you know, maybe make it later or make a Molotov later, or whatever you want to do with it. I think that's alcohol right there or something. Some more supplies there. I checked if I had a brick or not. Make sure you always at least have a brick or a bottle on you. I like having a brick because if I have a brick, at least I can beat somebody in the head with it. Whereas with the bottle, it's just like you just smack them and stuns them. With a brick, you can kill them with it, you know, 4 hits and they're down. Now this door right here is actually going to be opened by a shiv. So if you have a shiv on you, which you should by now, I would say you should by now if you've been following along my guide and you've been looking at the supplies and stuff I've been picking up, you should technically have it. This is a really good room because you get a lot of parts, you get some pills, and I think there's some binding and some scissors in here. Or there usually is some binding or some scissors. No? Okay, well actually on an easier difficulty I think there should be like a blade. And there also should be some binding in that room, but since we're on survivor mode, they took that out too, so... I have played through normal mode at least... Oh gosh, once or twice, I think. I might have played hard mode. I played normal mode my first playthrough, but then I think I played hard mode again for like the collectibles and stuff like that, and then I just went to survivor mode just to get all the... Just to be... I'm still working on New Game Plus. I'm not gonna do Survivor New Game Plus for this channel as a guide, because really you basically just go through the same thing again, just this time you get to keep all your equipment that you had in your previous save. So Tess is the first one to go up here, and then next is Ellie, and then last but not least is us. The cool thing I like about this game is you can either press X to jump up to her, or you can press triangle. I kind of like that little realistic idea that they give you. Like if I press X right here, it technically still counts as a jump, which is pretty cool. You know, I kind of like how they give Joel a backpack that's so heavy to where he can't really jump in the game. It kind of gives you an excuse to why he can't jump. Fun thing about this part is you actually can kill this clicker, of course. You can either shoot it, you can use a shiv on it. But the problem is with the clickers, you can't stealth kill them unless you have a shiv, so yeah. You're better off not worrying about that. I don't think you can kill them with a brick, though. I really don't think so. Any like normal melee attack, if you don't have like a pipe or any, if you only have your bare fists, the clickers will actually hit you and kill you, as you should know. Even if they're stunned, it doesn't matter what you do to them; they're still gonna kill you. But if you get caught like I did, just run. One thing you could do if you're scared about this clicker, go ahead and throw a brick at him, so you can stun him and take off running. Kind of like I did, right? I didn't stun him, but I took off running because, you know, he caught me, so I was pretty close to getting out of there, so I just took off. That's another thing I love about this game is they give you so many options to basically beating the game. You can either kill everything in sight, you can still kill everything in sight, you can beat down everything in sight, or you can just run. You know, the option is always there. I don't like how there's... I don't know. I don't like how there's not really like a final boss, but it makes sense that there's not like a final boss. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not Uncharted, this is an actual survival horror game, but it would have been nice to see something we can fight. But right there I sped up that part because this part takes forever to go through. If you've seen earlier, they were sitting there basically just just looking at the frickin' the damn I don't know what they call them. They're just looking at the damn platform and it's like, come on, just get on the damn thing already. The damn rail. So we got a new weapon. This is the revolver. I think it comes with an instant 6 shots or something like that. But we're not going to try to... Okay, the revolver's pretty good for clickers. You know, if you get a headshot, always go for headshots. Your best luck when it comes to, like, infected or anybody for that matter, just go for your headshots. It'll save you the time. But, you know, it's pretty damn good when it comes to clickers because now we do, like, 2 shots to 3 with the dumbass, you know, the 9mm or whatever. So this guy, you can easily just sneak up behind to take him out. And if you go in the back room, like I should have done, but I didn't. I went around this way instead. I was going to go for another stealth kill. Not really on the clicker, because there was no way I was going to be able to stealth kill the clicker. I knew that. There was no way in hell I was going to stealth anybody, because I'm trying to get my shivs. I'm trying to keep all my shivs, basically. And, you know, apparently they caught me, so I fired a shot. I missed one. Missed another one. I think I missed another one right there, or maybe hit him. This guy, I'm just going to melee. I think there's only one clicker in this whole area, or there's either one or two. Yeah, see, there's one right now, and then, of course, there's like 3 infected or so. So we're going to melee those guys. Yeah, there's another one. This one's got armor on. He's not really... If they got armor on, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really, you know, do much. I think that actually does count as armor, but I'm not 100% sure about that. It would make sense if it did, but no, in this game, probably didn't do that. You're actually going to get a melee weapon coming up pretty soon. I'd recommend taking this plank with you. That way you at least have a melee weapon, just in case of a clicker attack that might happen. And believe me, there's going to be a clicker... Oh, there's going to be another stealth section coming up where we're going to have more infected to deal with, but we're going to have to stealth it a little bit, you know, a little better than we did. At least this time. So, I mean, again, you don't have to use just stealth, but it's something I definitely recommend at all times in Survivor mode. And I'm going to keep saying it until the end of the guide, but stealth, stealth, stealth. That's all I can really tell you is it's going to save you the trouble. I know it takes forever, but when in doubt, just use stealth. That's all I can say. So we're going to get more ammo right here. That's a good thing. Something that we definitely want. I'm going to whip out the 9mm because I don't really want to waste my revolver shots because those are more precious to me than a 9mm is. I'm going to speed up this part right here because this takes forever too. I'm going to hop over. There's going to be some supplies in this room. So go ahead and, you know, pick up some of that supplies that you get. And I think it's actually a health pack or something. Not like it's not a med pack, but there's like a health bar. Like, I call them snack bars. Like, they're just snacks where you eat them and you gain some little bit of health. I check my supplies to make sure if I have anything I can build, and apparently I can't craft anything, so we're going to go on our merry way. There's nothing on this floor. I'm just going to jump down here. I'm going to crawl into this. And then there's going to be some more pills. I think there's pills or parts that we get to pick up very soon, but you have to, like, you got to walk on this walkway to get to it. And be careful when you're going down this slope, because not just this one, no, this whole area. Be careful when you're going down this, because if you fall down, you could take damage. You could take fall damage, and you know, I actually did get hurt a little bit, so I just want to make that mention that, you know, damage is realistic in this game, and if you fall down, you will take damage. Unlike in Uncharted, where you're just like, well, at least in Uncharted's multiplayer, you can jump from any height and not take damage at all. But that's a point of that little deal. So I think we're getting close to the part where I go and I climb my way over to get those supplies. Yeah, like you climb up here, and then there should be some... Yeah, there's some stuff over here. That's right. Now you can jump off that. You can jump off this platform right now. This platform right now, and you can. Yeah, there's pills. I think that's about it. Usually there's supplies. There's more supplies than that, but well, we're on survivor mode, so I got to keep that in mind that we're gonna get less stuff. You can jump off right here, but you can see I took quite a little bit of damage. And again, I want to apologize for, you know, the bugs in the background, but it's summertime, and, you know, they're going to be here. They're going to come out. There's nothing I can really do. And no, I'm not going to do this guide via seasons. Since we're still technically in the summer, I'm not going to do this all summer. I'm not going to do, you know, spring in the spring and winter in the winter. That'll just take too damn long. So I got enough pills to go ahead and make, I think I upgraded my crafting speed. I like getting the speeds upgraded first. That way, you know, you can take less time. It's more convenient rather than helpful. Well, that's kind of both the same idea, but it's more convenient than being anything really, you know, super fantastic or whatever. It's not really gonna, like getting your maximum health. It's definitely a thing you definitely want to get. But everything else in this game is just more of like every upgrade is pretty much just a convenient thing. Except for, you know, maximizing your health. That's definitely something you want to get upgraded. But weapon sway and stuff like that, if you feel like you're a bad shot like I am, weapon sway is definitely for you. But like crafting speed and, you know, healing speed is pretty nice, because if you're ever stuck in like a crossfire and you need to heal up quick, it's always a good thing to have it. So we're actually going to use a shiv for the very first time. We're going to use a shiv on this very first clicker. I feel like using it because they give you a shiv, and so I'm going to go ahead and use the shiv right now on this clicker. That way, since they gave me a free shiv, I'm just going to go ahead and use it to my advantage. I think I still either have 2 or 1 left, and there's going to be an infected right over there. So I threw the brick in that room so I could stealth kill her. I think it's a her. It usually is a girl. Oh well. If it's not a girl, it's a guy. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's all the same to me anyway. You're going to come back here. There's going to be actually a sheet of paper. This will actually help you. No, this sheet of paper, you need to get this piece of paper, because if you don't get this piece of paper, you won't unlock the safe that's in this room, because that gives you the combo to a safe. It's not in this room, but it's in this area. There's going to be a safe we're going to pick up. It's going to give us some nice amount of, you know, parts and stuff like that. So I throw the ball at her. I could have thrown it past her, but I chose just to go ahead and go for a one-hit kill. And as you can see, I'm kind of playing off to where I'm looking for like bottles and bricks. That's because if I stun them, I can get like 1 free, you know, run and then 1 hit right there. And then I break off my plank and my wood's gone basically. And so I find another bottle. And I have no melee weapons to beat up clickers with anymore, so I'm kind of shit out of luck on that part. If you get caught by clickers, you can not instantly, but you can go back into stealth. And, you know, again, that's a good thing about this game versus Uncharted, because Uncharted, if you get caught, no matter what you do, you can't go back into stealth. They already know where you're at. There's no escaping it. They know you're here. And this game, if you get away far enough, like I said in the previous video, or whatever video it was, you can still go back and stealth, and it's really awesome to have that option. Just have that ability. And if you get caught by a clicker, the game tells you just sit in place, and that way, you know, he can just kind of refocus his attention back on his running around. So I hit him with a brick, but Tess, or somebody shot him, so I couldn't really. I think it was just Tess, because I don't think he's got a gun. No, they don't give her a gun just yet. And I believe either Tess or I killed it. I think, yeah, Tess got the kill, I think, and then he didn't drop any ammo or any supplies for that matter, so I was kind of a little bit pissed off. But it's definitely a good thing to take out all the infected here. I mean, you can stealth through this whole thing, but you're going to save yourself the trouble if you just take them out right now. Again, we're on survivor mode. We're not really playing anything super difficult for that matter. So there's really no like major punishment if I don't use stealth. If you come over, there's going to be another cupboard that you can open over here, and there's nothing inside, of course. I think that's about all that is for this area, because we got the safe open. If you miss the paper, just go back and look for it. Just look in one of these rooms, you should find it, and get that damn safe open. Try to get every single safe open. So if you don't know where the paper are, just watch this guide, and I will end up actually getting all the safes. I should get all the safes open. I'll tell you if that piece of paper or whatever it is has a code on it for a safe. I'll let you guys know. That way you can skip like if you don't want to get all the Firefly pendants, you just want to beat this damn mode. I get you. I know where you're coming from. I completely 100% understand where you're coming from. So I'm just gonna let you guys know what the important stuff is, and not really the stuff just out of random, like a pendant or just an artifact note, just like a note in general. Not really a note with a code on it or anything like that. That's super important that we definitely need. So they'll save me and you the trouble. That way I don't have to pay attention to what the hell everything is, and that way you guys don't have to pay attention to what everything is either. So it's definitely a nice thing to have. And in this building coming up in front of us, there's going to be, I think, 3 infected in here, and just stealth. There's no way they're going to be able to catch you if you just follow my lead, and you should be able to stealth this part. I didn't throw the bottle. I was smart. If I thrown the bottle, they would have went towards where the sound was, and they would have came back and saw me, and then it would have been Melee City. But right here, I stealth the first infected, and then I go for the next one, and then I think I just beat down the last one because what the hell, I mean, I already stealthed the first 2. Like the other one's gonna do anything. Like the other one's gonna do any good. If you get melee on an affected person, or anybody for that matter, you're basically good. If you know how to counter, you're basically golden. The only people that actually will throw a punch is humans. They're the only people that will actually, try and hit you back. So that's when you press triangle. They give you enough time to react to press triangle to counter them, just like in Uncharted. Except this time they don't. Well, we're on survivor mode. They're not going to tell us when to press triangle. You kind of have to know when to press triangle. Back in this little area, there usually is a wooden plank, but again, we're on survivor mode, so there is no wooden plank to take with us. Unfortunately, that would have been nice, because I would like to have a melee weapon just in case. Because you always know where a clicker's going to be,
maybe we can cut through,
but you never know if you need melee weapon or not. You never know if you really need melee. You never really know. Okay, you know what? How about this? It's always best just to have melee weapon than not. You know what I'm saying? It's always best to either have a pipe, wooden plank, an axe, whatever it may be. I prefer machetes and axes, but you don't get those until later. One thing I'm not gonna do is I don't know. I'm not gonna say like I'm 100% sure on this or not. I may or may not upgrade melee weapons to put blades on them. If I have enough shivs, if I have like 3 shivs, I might just upgrade my melee weapon to have like that free insta kill hit. Okay. But I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna do that or not, because that's a waste of blade and binding right there. In this room, there's gonna be a workbench. This first workbench is gonna be pills in the back of the truck. Make sure you don't miss those and pick those up. I didn't have enough pills, so I couldn't upgrade anything. Which kind of sucks, because I really want to get my maximum health upgraded. And that's... Hopefully I'll do that in the next chapter. Hopefully I get another, maximum health upgrade. So now we're going to go ahead and upgrade some stuff. I'm trying to see what I'm upgrading. Okay, I get the firing... I get the firing rate for my revolver upgraded. And I get the reload speed. And I get the... I believe... I get everything so far. So I get the reload speed, and I get the clip size, and I get the firing rate. Because I had just enough parts to get all of the level 1 or all the level 0 upgrades for my my current pistols upgraded. So I got all the upgrades I can get right now. That's what I'm trying to get at. Cool thing is, if you have your 9mm selected or equipped, and you walk up to like the revolver right there, you can actually hold triangle to equip the revolver now, instead of having to switch to your backpack to pick it out yourself. That's attention to detail right there that I really love about Naughty Dog and how they do that. They always put attention to detail, and they never make their games boring or bland ever. And what I find funny is that this game was technically, they thought this game was going to tank, and I've recently heard that. I don't know if I told you guys this or not yet, or it might have been on my other channel I was talking about this, but they thought this game was going to flop. They thought that this game was going to flop. Oh my god, when the trailer of this game was coming out, I was hyped up as hell. You know, I love Uncharted a lot, and you know, seeing a game that's made by Naughty Dog that's not Uncharted finally. No offense, you know, guys, but 4 Uncharted is good enough. 4 Uncharted games is good enough. I'm sure they're gonna make 4 because they always make at least 4 games and they move on. That's what I love about Naughty Dog though is they don't make more games like Assassin's Creed or whatever. They don't keep making Call of Duties. They don't keep making Assassin's Creed. They don't keep making Battlefields. They don't keep making basically the same game over and over again. Well, they technically do, but like 3 or 4 times. Well, usually the 4th time is usually a kart racer, but I don't know if anybody wants to see an Uncharted or maybe a Last of Us kart, because that would just be awkward. I guess they think that we basically gone out of the whole the whole spiel of making kart racers now, because there's really no kart racers ever being made anymore besides like Mario Kart and stuff like that. So you know, Naughty Dog's got it right. They're like, what's the point of making another kart racer? You know, that's basically 90s crap right there. Now Mario Kart's fine, but you know, I mean, Uncharted would be funny. But what I want to see them do for Uncharted 4 is I want to see them put like a little mini game where you can, you know, drive around in like Uncharted, where like you can race, kind of like you did in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, where you can kind of like race your friends and stuff like that, and just for fun, just sillies. So if you have another ship, which you should by now, I would say you should. If you don't, that's okay. You know, never a penalty to you guys. You know, that's I blame myself for probably not telling you what this applies for. So if you want to blame anybody, blame me. If you don't have a ship, I'll take the blame for it, because you know I'm kind of like that. I'm a super generous guy, you know, and this guide is supposed to help you guys. And you know, this is my second guide, so kind of give me a little bit of a leniency with it. I've not been doing guides forever. I'm not the best at doing commentary guides like this. I'm trying my damn near hardest, but again, if you miss anything, just blame me, because I probably didn't tell you exactly where it is. Now, a good thing about this part is I stealthed it. Okay. I didn't stealth kill any of the clickers. What I did instead is I walked straight past them, because I believe that there's nothing else in this room at all. I don't think there's any other supplies in this room at all. Unless you kill a clicker, maybe drop like ammo or something. But the chances are you're probably not going to drop ammo from these guys anyway, so just take off. If you see a whole room filled with clickers, go past them. Don't mess with them. There's going to be another section later on where we actually have clickers and a bloater. But that's after Chapter 4. That's way after Chapter 4. That's way after Chapter 4. I can't speak. See what I'm talking about? It's already like 30 minutes. I can't even talk. I'm sorry, guys. So right in this room, there's going to be some more infected. This is going to be like basically just a melee match. So utilize the bottles that are on the ground. If there's any bricks, make sure you like a brick right here. Just do stuns. Just stun them and then punch them. Right here I got stuck by Tess. At least you got enough time to react. So you're going to stun these guys, and then you're just going to beat them down with one hit. It'll save you a lot of trouble. If you get a hit, no, that's fine, all in dandy. You know, nothing bad. Nothing's gonna go wrong. You shouldn't really die in this room if you're not really good at melee. You might end up getting killed, but again, your best bet is just to stun them and then just melee them. I can't really tell you anything else. It saves you the trouble, because you're getting that one free hit. It's like right now, when I'm beating up that guy, any more infected can come out of nowhere and just beat me up. And so that's what I like about stunning them first and then knocking them out, because I technically have an iframe when I go to, finish them off. Now, if you're going for like all the conversations, I think there's 2 conversations in this room you need to get. So if you're not willing to go ahead and pass that, don't pass it. Just wait for them to, hit the icon to talk to them. If you're like me, you're just playing through survival mode, you've already got all the collectibles like I do, then just go ahead and pass this part, because there's really nothing you can really do about that. I'm going to fast forward this next part right here, where I grab the wooden plank and put it over the edge so I can make a bridge. I'm going to mainly fast forward this, because what's the point of watch me walk around with a wooden plank all damn day. That's what it feels like. And now here's another really cool area. I kind of like how they transition into that. That's actually pretty cool. This is probably my favorite part of this chapter, and specifically, I really like this whole area that we go to next. And yes, just so you know, this is where Tess dies. No, I'm not happy that Tess died. I actually like Tess a little bit. She's, you know, kind of cool. You know, she would have been helpful to actually keep along for the ride, but, you know, good people gotta die, so... You know, it's always the good people that get taken before their time. And then the rest of us are just assholes, so we can't be taken anywhere. We're basically stuck here on Earth to be assholes. That's how it is. Yeah, but it's always the good people in these games that always die first. You know, and Tess, she dies, and again, you've probably played the story. I doubt anybody's going to start in survivor mode.
Home stretch, Tess.
Henry and Sam die, and you know, as much as I didn't really like Henry himself, you know, I thought Sam was pretty cool, but like Henry was kind of like a dick. You know, where like he would leave you behind and stuff like that, and he'd be like, "Fuck you, I'm on my own." But I can kind of understand where he's coming from. He's trying to protect his brother as well, like as we're trying to protect Ellie. And you know, it seemed to me like Ellie and Sam were kind of starting to hit it off a little bit, but then, you know, eventually he got infected. Well, that's a pretty traumatic part right there, to be honest. Well, I mean, I haven't watched it, you know, there's a lot of sad parts in this game where, you know, Henry kills himself, basically. It's like, wow, that's something, damn. You know, he didn't have to, but he did, and I understand where he's coming from, because I have brothers myself, and if I was ever stuck in this predicament, when my brother got infected or something like that, and he was my last brother, and he died, I don't know, maybe I might go out with him, I don't know, you know, I understand wholeheartedly where Henry's coming from, but I feel like it would have been smarter if he would have stayed alive, but he was so emotionally torn from it, I get it.
I can't believe we did that.
Now, here's for the real part of the guide. Well, the really good part of the guide I really want to get into talking about. This is where shit's going to get kind of, not hard, but a little bit more difficult, where stealth is going to be something you're going to want to utilize to your advantage. You don't need to use stealth, but I highly recommend you use stealth, and I'm going to say this all the damn time when I get the chance.
Tess.
Stealth it up, baby. I know this is not Metal Gear Solid, but at least use some stealth. Now, grab those pills, because sometimes, you know, when I first played this, I got a little freaked out. Like, I thought, like, oh man, I gotta get the hell out of here. Grab those pills and just take off. You'll be fine. So now we're gonna get our first long gun, or our, you know, first primary weapon, I should say. This is the hunting rifle. It's a damn good shot. Good shot. It's a damn good rifle. It only comes with one shot, and you can upgrade it to where it gets like 2.
Joel.
I think it only comes with 1 shot. I got this. Or is it 2? Whatever it is, it's basically a really good weapon for headshots and stuff like that. You can actually upgrade a scope on it, but we're not going to get the scope because the scope's basically pointless. What we're going to upgrade for it, we're going to upgrade like armor piercing and stuff like that. We're going to upgrade the stuff I really want to get going. So, right here, throw the brick across the room. This will distract this guy, and the other people are already distracted by the brick over there. As you can tell, you can hear kind of the I'm getting caught thing going on. But I actually didn't get caught right there. I will get caught, but I didn't get caught just yet. So I throw a bottle in that doorway, so I can kind of lure in one of these guys. Wherever he's at. He should be coming pretty soon. There should be nobody coming from the right side of me. So, you know, I'll keep my eye on the right side just in case. Because sometimes they might, you know, end up coming through that way, but they don't. So this guy comes through here. And what's funny is I knocked down that sign, and the dude just... He's completely oblivious to what just knocked down that sign. That is not under his record that he should be keeping track of. That's not his job to be keeping track of what signs fall down and what don't. So I do get caught. And of course, since I got caught, I decided to go ahead and take off running and hide. All of these rooms have cover. They made all these rooms have cover. That way, you can use the cover to your advantage. And you can basically use stealth in the most justifiable way. There's going to be some pills in this very back room, so make sure you go there first. Make sure this is your first priority to go get. So again, like I said, grab these pills, and There's going to be 2 more guys, or maybe 3. I think there's 2. I want to say there's 2 more people I got to take out. So, if you got this brick, go ahead and throw it across the room. You know, distract them. And kind of peek out a little bit, but be very careful. Be very slightly... No, don't be like me and rush in where I get caught. That guy missed. I got lucky, and I meleeed him and got him killed. And then there's another guy that's going to come up pretty soon. He's going to miss another shot. And he's going to get a few free hits on me, but oh well, that's okay. You know, his ass is gone anyway. There's actually going to be some health stuff coming up pretty soon. There's going to be some snacks you can get. You can tell right there I whipped up my med kit, and I'm thinking to myself, like, should I heal? Should I heal? Should I heal? I'm like, no, don't heal, because there's going to be some snacks that we can get. And I will show you the location of those snacks pretty soon. I think there's like 1 snack, maybe 2. So I actually did, you're going to see an edit right about after this, right here. The reason why that's edited right there is because I did this part twice and I died each time. This is my 3rd attempt on this part, so you can tell something went wrong. What happened was, I didn't use stealth, that's what happened, I fucked up. So there was a health pack, I think, right there, or a snack or something. I'm going to call them snacks, is that okay? So there's a snack right there, so I didn't heal up because I knew I had a snack on me. One quick tip, when enemies are firing at you, run, crouch. Just run and crouch. As soon as they start firing, just crouch. And then go back into running. Just, you know, run, crouch, run, crouch. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it kind of helps me out a little bit more if I run and crouch. It kind of makes me a harder target, I feel like. And so, this room's kind of completely dark. It's kind of hard to see. I think there was a guy I did a stealth kill on. There's going to be 2 guys that are going to walk in that back room we just came from. Keep an eye on the back room. Keep an eye on that room that we just came from. Because there's usually, like, I think, like 2 people that go there. Wait for this guy to walk across. Wait for him to get to the other side of the room. And then go in for your stealth kill. What's actually really cool is you can startle the enemy. And you can still get a stealth kill on him, which is awesome. So I take out this guy. I think I get spotted. Or, no, I'm looking through the doorway to make sure nobody comes around. And I don't think I did get spotted, though. Yeah, I didn't get spotted here. That's good. So now we're going to walk to the other... We're going to walk to this other side because usually there's a guard right here. But apparently this time there... I don't think there was. No, yeah. No, I think I was good on this part. But... Where is this bastard? Okay, yeah, I'm thinking of like my other attempts. I'm thinking of my other attempts.
Where the hell are you?
Now, you see that room to the right? There's going to be another snack in that room. Go towards that room because there's going to be a patrol in that room. We're going to take him out. We're going to work with these guys later. These guys never leave this room. There's like 1 person that goes into the other room. And of course, Ellie thankfully spotted this person for me. So I'm so glad that she did that. Because I would have taken off without, you know, knowing this guy even existed. So I get around behind him, I flank him, stealth kill him, and then I go into the next room with the snack, and then I grab the snack, and I think there was a guy that appeared in the book room, or library, or whatever it is. We're going to call it the book room, because that's where the books are at. Makes sense, right? So yeah, now we're going to make our way, you know, past these guards. They're looking towards my way, but I end up, you know, one of them ends up going in this room. Again, I grab this. There should be a snack in here somewhere. I think it's on the couch. I want to say it's on the couch. We're stealth kill this guy. There's actually going to be a guy I'm going to melee, and it's going to be pretty funny. There's some dude that completely didn't realize I was even there. So I'm going to grab that snack, and then there's 2 more. I think there's at least 2 more people in this room. I'm going to go ahead and survey the room, and then I melee this guy. Now watch this. So I knocked this guy's ass out, right? Look at his friend. No idea I just beat down his buddy. What an idiot. Like, seriously. Okay, so I take this guy out. I take them all out, and I take off running because I'm afraid that there might be another one. So I'm just like, screw it. Let's get out of here and go. I believe there was no more. It doesn't really matter if there was any more or not because you don't need to kill them all to continue. But I took off anyway. Right here, there's going to be a truck that's going to come and start shooting at you. The best thing you're going to do is just run. They can't really hit you for running. It's just kind of like a scare tactic. I used to think like they can chase me down, but I don't think they really can. So I picked up some supplies. I craft an item. And I think I wait a little bit before I start crafting. Yeah, I do. I craft up a med kit because I already have a Molotov. Why should I make another one? I recommend at least having, almost at all times, at least one Molotov, because they're really good for like infected and stuff like that. They're better on infected people because infected stay in group. Well, they tend to group up on you more than say survivors or hunters or whatever or patrolmen, because these guys have brains. They actually want to go out and try and flank you with different sides. Any human being could probably think of that. So watch out for the flashlights, because if you get spotted by the flashlight, you're pretty much screwed. It's kind of hard for these guys to see you in this darkness. You would think it would be, but they can still see you even though their flashlight's not on you. So be a little wise, be a little smarter on this part. Don't think like the fog's going to cover you for good, because if I can see them, they can see me. So I get lucky again. Usually the first shot they fire off usually misses because they're kind of frightened. They're kind of startled. They might die. I would, if I was in that predicament as well, I'd probably fire off a shot and miss too. Where I'm just, scared shitless myself. But luckily we're the good guys, right? So we always win. There's nothing back there. There's nothing in this area at all. I don't think there's no real supplies. If you want to look around just to be on the safe side, go ahead and look around to be on the safe side. But I don't think there's any supplies in that area at all. And then we're going to run on these trains, and we're going to get stuck in some water, so we're going to have to swim our way across. We're going to swim to this area on the left. There's going to be a pendant, some pills, and some parts inside. I think some pills. I definitely know there's some parts. I believe there's some pills. They're weird. Well, not really weird, but you can actually see better when you're underwater. So, if you want to get through this part with a little bit more clear vision, just go ahead and swim underwater. The cool thing about it is, about swimming underwater, you have an air meter. And you can tell when I go underwater, there's like this little meter on the right side of my health bar. If you upgrade your health, that upgrades with it. So you can breathe under longer water. Yeah, whatever. You can breathe underwater longer if you got more health than, yeah, if you got your maximum health upgraded, you can have more air to breathe as well. So it's a cool little thing that I like, and you don't have to upgrade air yourself. That kind of make it a little bit more irritating. If you stay underwater for too long, it's kind of like Tomb Raider, except Tomb Raider will just kill you faster. But if you stay underwater for too long and your air runs out, yeah, there's some pills, then eventually your health would start to decrease, but it's not as fast as it was in Tomb Raider 1, where like it just completely destroys you. God, I hate that crap. So there's going to be a Firefly pendant. Wait, was there any parts in here at all? If there was no parts, I think there was parts. I think I'm just missing, or being an idiot, thinking there wasn't. Well, anyway, there's definitely some pills, and, that's definitely something good to have. We're actually getting really close to being done with this area. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my healing speed, because I feel like that's, something I want to get upgraded just for convenience factor. We're going to fast forward through this. This is just me grabbing the raft. Just me getting Ellie on top of the raft and, taking her to where she needs to go. We get the ladder down. And then once we get out of this subway, we're going to end up going through Chapter 4, which is called Billstown, which is my personal favorite chapter. And I also believe it's the longest chapter. There's no supplies in this area. I didn't see anything that spawned, so if you want to check to be on the safe side for your own for your own accord, go ahead and do that, but I'm not going to check. So we're actually nearing off the end of this video, and I just want to say thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time when we play some more The Last of Us on Survivor Mode. As always, take care, everybody.